Hi everyone, so let's continue. We were talking about the ear. Ear is divided into outer ear, middle ear, inner ear. I'll just do a quick recap. Outer ear has pinna, then it has the auditory canal, which is external auditory canal. I told you 1/3 is cartilaginous, inner 2/3 is bony. Right. After this, you have the tympanic membrane. Tympanic membrane is also part of the external ear. Done the three things. What is the function of external ear? To collect and direct the sound waves to the tympanic membrane. Then we have the middle ear. Middle ear comprises of the tympanic cavity. Then we have the what do you call them? Ossicles, the auditory ossicles. Auditory or ossicles are malleus, incus, and stapes. Right. Then you have the windows. You have the oval window and the round window. Oval window is up and lower, and the round window is lower. Right. Then we have the muscles, tensor tympani muscle as well as the stapedius muscle, which I already showed you here. Tensor tympani and stapedius muscle. Then we have after the muscles, eustachian tube, which is the auditory tube. That also you can see here. That's the eustachian or pharyngotympanic tube. Right. Then coming forward, what's the function of the middle ear? Firstly, its function is amplification. The impedance matching is done by the tympanic membrane and the ossicular system. Basically, the middle ear. Right. Moving forward, inner ear. Inner ear has and what its major function is to convert all of that mechanical sound vibrations into nerve impulses that will be carried to the brain. So it comprises of a bony labyrinth and the membranous labyrinth. So these are basically what they're basically bony labyrinth is just the curvatures and everything, the carves that are made in the temporal bone. So this entire structure is in your bone, right? So there has to be some carving done in the bone so that this entire structure can fit there. So the bony carves or carving out that has been done is basically the bony labyrinth, and that comprises of very important. First of all, remember there's a butterfly, so that is, and then in the middle there's something that is connecting it, and then you have a snail. So snail and butterfly, they're being connected by Wi-Fi. So this Wi-Fi is the vestibule, right? So vestibule, and this is the cochlea, and this is the semicircular canals. So semicircular canals are connected by vestibuli or vestibule, and this is the cochlea. This is the bony labyrinth. These are the carving out that is made in the temporal bone. So semicircular canal, vestibule, and cochlea. So here also you can see semicircular canals. Then there is vestibule, cochlea. I hope that makes sense. Semicircular canal, vestibule, cochlea. Let's see if there's any other diagram. Semicircular canal, vestibule, and then the cochlea. Let's see here as well. Semicircular canals, vestibule, and the cochlea. These are bony labyrinth. What is the membranous labyrinth? The ducts which are inside, there'll be some ducts within this bony surface, right? That is basically the membranous labyrinth. And the duct in the cochlea is cochlear duct. The duct in the vestibular region is utricle and saccule. Utricle and saccule. So in vestibule we have utricle and saccule, and in the semicircular canals we have semicircular duct. So you have semicircular duct, utricle and saccule, and you have cochlear duct, right? Cochlear duct. Then you have in the vestibule you have what do you call them? Utricle and saccule in the vestibule. You have utricle and saccule, and here you have the semicircular duct, right? So I hope that's clear. So cochlea, vestibular, semicircular canals, they're part of bony labyrinth, and they're filled with perilymph because it's the outer part, right? Outer part as in it's the bony region, so it's perilymph. The perilymph is between the bony labyrinth and the membranous labyrinth. For example, is there any diagram where there is? Okay, wait, let's see. So here, right here would be the bony labyrinth. I mean, this is the bony labyrinth, but there would be perilymph, which is between the bony labyrinth and the membranous labyrinth. And within the membranous labyrinth, you'll find the endolymph, right? And also, there's another very important thing, which is organ of Corti, hearing receptor. This lies on the basilar membrane. It contains inner and outer hair cells and tectorial membrane. Hair cell stimulation impulses in the cochlear nerve. So these are the parts. Now let's talk about endolymph and perilymph. Perilymph between bony labyrinth and the membranous labyrinth. Endolymph inside the membranous labyrinth, right? Perilymph, scala vestibuli and scala tympani. Endolymph is within the cochlear duct, utricle, saccule, and semicircular ducts. These all are the membranous labyrinth, right? Cochlear duct, utricle and saccule, which is in the vestibuli, and the semicircular canal. Perilymph is similar to extracellular fluid, and endolymph is similar to intracellular fluid. Then you have sodium concentration is high in perilymph, potassium concentration is low in perilymph, quite the opposite. And then further you can read for yourself. Okay. So physiological importance, sound vibrations travel through the perilymph. Endolymph provides high potassium environment necessary for hair cell excitation. High potassium. Mixing of perilymph and endolymph causes vertigo and hearing loss. So in Meniere's disease, what happens is that the endolymph and the perilymph gets, I need to highlight this in purple. So they get mixed up. This is Meniere's disease. Therefore, it leads to vertigo and hearing loss. This is mixing of perilymph and endolymph. Okay, let's summarize. Perilymph is an ESF-like fluid surrounding the membranous labyrinth, while endolymph is a potassium-rich fluid which is necessary for sensory transduction. So I hope this entire thing is clear. So this was the physiological anatomy of outer, middle, and inner ear. Now moving back, impedance matching. You can recall the videos, but you can re-see the videos if you want to. You can re-watch the videos. Impedance matching is a mechanism by which the middle ear increases the pressure of the sound waves, so the vibrations pass efficiently from the external ear to the fluid in the inner ear. Right? And yeah, I don't think there's a need for me to recap it, but you can read it. That's it.